Hi, welcome to Over 40 Fabulous and Pregnant. I am your host, Jamie Massey, and this podcast is about sharing women's pregnancy story. This show is for women who are over 40 and pregnant. This is for women who feel like all of their friends are done having kids and feels like they're too old to have children, and that woman who feels alone going through this. This is really meant to share stories, to be supportive and help other women through their pregnancy. I am 41. I'm not pregnant, but I hope to be very soon. Funny story, I'm actually having surgery today. So I've been pregnant twice. It's been about a year ago. We got pregnant in October, miscarried at 6 weeks, and the very next cycle we got pregnant again. And I was like, wow, this is amazing and so easy. But I also felt quite alone at that time. I ended up having an ectopic pregnancy, and it was Sunday, and I had some pain, and I just thought, you know what, it's fine. It's not that bad. It woke me up. It was about midnight Sunday that woke me up, and I was like, you know, it's not that bad, and we're going to get blood work done tomorrow. So there was that Monday. So no big deal. I'll just ask the doctor then, about it. And ended up, she said, let's do a sonogram just to make sure everything's fine. Because I had done the drugs to get rid of it. I was like, no, let's not do surgery yet. Let's do the drugs to try and, don't do something so invasive. And so we did the sonogram, and she's like, see all this area right here that's lighting up on the screen? She's like, that's blood. So she said, and your next stop is going to be the ER. So it really was. About an hour later, I was being wheeled down to have surgery. It happened so fast. I didn't have time to freak out. Oh, I have internal bleeding. No time to freak out. It was really surreal. It was a really surreal experience, and it really wasn't traumatic at all. So that was about a year ago, and we haven't been able to get pregnant since. And the last sonogram that I had done, the doctor said she found a polyp in my uterus, and that could maybe be the problem from us getting pregnant. So fast forward to today, where we get to remove it, and I had my pre-op appointment yesterday, and I almost fainted. It was a complete disaster. I'm such a fainter. I mean, I'm a recovering fainter. It's been like 5 years since I fainted, but that's okay. The whole point of this podcast is not about my story. I think I'm going to maybe put it in here and there, but this is not the trying to get pregnancy show. This is about sharing other women's stories and creating community and support for other women who are pregnant in their 40s. I am also a homesteader, and we live in Fort Worth, me and my husband, and our dogs and animals and chickens and rabbits. I have a full-time job in an architecture firm, basically doing architect things. I'm a project manager for retail stuff. Me and my husband both went to Texas Tech, and we're both actually from Texas. I created the show, like I mentioned, to really give support for other women. I was at my mom's house. My mom lives on my aunt's property. She has a little house there. And we were all sitting in her living room, and we were having family over. So there was aunts and my mom and my cousins. We were all sitting around, and I was sharing my story about what I was going through, immediately after I shared my story, like each woman went ahead and shared their birth story and their pregnancy story and kind of what they went through during that time. And I just thought the light bulb totally went off. And I thought, this is exactly what I want to give every other woman that needs this kind of support in their pregnancy journey. You know, this vibe of just sharing stories and giving support to other women. This is exactly what I want to give. I felt really alone, and just hearing other women's stories really helped me, and I know it helps other women too. So that's just the importance, and that's what I really want to create with this show. And so future episodes, that's exactly what we're going to be talking about. On the next episode, Stephanie is going to be sharing her experience so far in her pregnancy journey at 40. And she found out she was pregnant well into her trimester. And I just love that, because I found out in like the 4th week of being pregnant both times. And I'm just like, wow, it would be so amazing if I found out so much later, because, you know, all that stress I think would, you know, you don't have time to stress because you don't even know you're pregnant. It sounds amazing. I love her story. And then after that is Misty. Misty and I have known each other for years, like 20 years. We met at the first architecture firm that we worked at in Dallas. And did I say 20 years ago? Yeah, it was about 20 years ago. She just had her first baby naturally, I think about 4 months ago, and she's, I think, 41. She's about my age. So she did not have an easy journey. You'll hear her ups and her downs, but she has a beautiful little girl at the end of all that. And it's just, she has a really beautiful story. She kind of put me in tears a few times, and I had to hold back on that one. And that's what we're going to hear in next episodes. I thought about maybe interviewing some experts. I kind of have some alternative views on some birth and different things. And I think I might share that in future episodes if there's interest. When I created this podcast, I was trying to think of a name, and I kind of brainstormed like over 40 and pregnant and something along those lines, expecting over 40, and try Googling over 40 and pregnant, and you'll get a list of risks. You'll get questions like, can I even get pregnant over 40? And it's really a downer. And I thought that is definitely not the vibe that I want to give to this podcast. I wanted to make it uplifting and fun and supportive. And so I Googled something about fabulous and pregnant and being 40. And let me tell you, that is a much better experience, which I highly recommend. You are going to get celebrity pregnancies. You're going to get fun t-shirts, fun sayings, and hello, that's the perfect vibe that I want to give. And with that, I thought it would be really fun to list out 10 celebrities that were pregnant in their 40s, because, you know, that just, I think someone at work said that to me about all these celebrities that were pregnant. And I was like, ooh, that, it just makes me feel really good. Like, I'm not alone. So number 1 is Halle Berry, and she had her first baby at age 41, and then a second one at 47. That's really amazing. Number 2 is Christy Brinkley, and she gave birth to her 3rd child, a daughter, in 1998 when she was 44 years old. Number 3 is Nicole Kidman. I'm a huge fan of hers. She apparently struggled with infertility, and she had an ectopic pregnancy while she was married to Tom Cruise. And then she had a miscarriage at the end of their marriage. She was married to Keith Urban. They conceived naturally in 2008 when she was 41 years old. Brooke Shields, she had her second daughter in 2006 when she was 40. Number 5 is Meryl Streep. She gave birth to her 4th child just before she turned 42. Number 6, Celine Dion. At 42 years old, after multiple failed cycles of IVF, gave birth to twin boys. And despite having multiple failed cycles of IVF, she said she wasn't ready to give up. Number 7 is Eva Mendes. She became a mom at 40. And Gwen Stefani, when you Google like fabulous and pregnant, she comes up a lot. And according to Us Weekly in 2014, she said that she thinks her youngest son is a miracle baby, as she was 44 years old when she gave birth. Number 9 is Uma Thurman, and she had her 3rd child at age 42. And the ever fabulous Madonna, she had her 2nd biological child when she was 42. Now, let me say that my source is an online magazine bazaar, so take what that's worth, but I still love it and finds it's really great. And if you're ready to hear more stories of other women, please subscribe to this podcast, and I'm going to go have surgery, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.